You're listening to Braless Watch, where a mother and daughter team offer their own opinions on watching TV through a feminist lens.
I'm Beth, the mom.
And I'm Lily, the daughter.
Welcome to Braless Watch, where TV watching gets a whole new perspective. Clothing is optional.
Hello.
Hello. You're a bit fired up on this one today.
I am, just a little bit. I feel like I've thought about it a lot.
We're going to go back to the late 50s.
Yeah, very different than what I was expecting, I'm going to be honest.
It was different than what I was expecting as well.
We're going to be talking today about the Donna Reed Show.
I want to say that I had first impressions about this show because I grew up hearing about it, but I never watched it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I find that interesting too.
I thought you would have watched this one.
Right? You'd think I would have been exposed to it.
This show, for me at least, it's fairly wholesome and fairly generic sitcom. When you think about a family sitcom, this is probably it.
Yeah. The impression that I got growing up as a kid that was in the 70s and had a grandmother that had, been a part of this grouping of people and that had, she was middle-aged or less than middle-aged at that time. The impression I got was that the Donna Reed Show was the pinnacle of how to be a woman.
Interesting.
How to be a stay-at-home mom, how to manage your household, how to manage the emotional load of your family, the social load of your family. That she was the top tier of how to do all that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So the Donna Reed Show, we're going to be only talking about episodes 1 through 18 because the first season is 37 episodes and that's just too long to cover. But the show ran for 8 seasons.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 8 seasons, ABC, and it ran from 59 to 66. I'm sorry, 58 to 66.
I was going to say, I thought it started in 1958.
58 to 66.
It's quite a run for a female-led show.
Right. So this show, the Donna Reed Show, was the first television family sitcom to place the mother at the center of the story. Emphasis on family sitcom.
Which is different than I Love Lucy.
Yes, because while I Love Lucy did eventually turn into that because she had kids and stuff, that's not what it started out to be. Also, there's a huge difference in those two shows. I Love Lucy came out in 1951, and then this came out in 1958, and there's a huge difference.
Well, and I think there's a huge difference in the talent of each woman.
Oh,
Donna Reed
definitely
didn't do physical comedy
No.
Lucille Ball was physical comedy. That's what that was the whole purpose. That was what she was trying to sell.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Donna
to make you laugh.
Donna Reed was trying to show a mother, a wife, a strong woman, active in her community with a sense of humor, and that's what Donna Stone is.
And a sense of ethics.
Yes.
Right and wrong.
Yes.
Some kind of moral code, right?
Yeah. So the show was created by William S. Roberts and was developed by Donna Reed and her then husband, Tony Owen. It was also sponsored by Campbell Soup Company.
Okay.
And with Johnson & Johnson as their second sponsor changed to the Singer Company, the sewing company.
Oh, interesting.
In 1963.
Okay. None of that surprises me.
Right? One more little historical tidbit, I guess, is, I don't know if you noticed, the intro changes over the course of one.
Through it. Sorry.
Oh, that's why. So the intro changes. So in the first 10 episodes, it's string instruments. It's the same song, but after episode 11, it's a little more jaunty and it's with horns.
Okay.
So I don't know why they changed it. It's also faster. It's a little shorter. I don't know why they changed it.
Maybe broadcasting issues.
Who knows?
The commercials and stuff like that.
It could also be that's just how. So we watched it on Peacock. That's just how Peacock
could be
is streaming it. Who knows? I don't have any more historical stuff. Do you?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I have the casting, and the only historical stuff I have is the activism that was done by Donna Reed herself. And what
we can talk about Donna Reed when we talk about the cast.
Yeah. And then
quick question though.
Yeah.
Quick question. Where is this based? Did you find that out?
In somewhere USA.
Hilldale, USA.
Right.
What state? I don't know. It's somewhere where it's close enough to ski. That doesn't happen in the South.
Right. One of the lines that Donna had was, he's coming back to this country. They had to like skirt around how to get.
They tried to keep it very generic.
Yep. It was really funny because I was like, well, that's vague.
Right.
On purpose.
Let's be as vague as possible about this location. Also, it's a small town-ish. It's very interesting.
I would think Midwest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Ish.
I could see it.
But in a more up and coming town, city
definitely.
type place. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but Midwest, definitely, I think it would be the more in keeping with how the family was portrayed.
Yeah. Okay, just wanted to go through that. Now we can go through the cast.
Okay.
Cast time.
Cast was Donna Stone is played by Donna Reed. Alex Stone is played by Carl Betts. Mary Stone is played by Shelley Fabaris. Sorry about that. Jeff Stone is played by Paul Peterson. Now, I was talking about the activism, right? Donna Reed was an anti-war activist for Vietnam War, and then she established the Donna Reed Foundation in Iowa, which is another nod to the Midwest, so that makes me wonder if she's from there.
I didn't look up past that. I didn't either.
It's okay.
I know that she took a break after this show because this series, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, and she was just tired and wanted to take care of her kids for a little bit, which is fair.
I mean, yeah. Taking care of kids on screen or taking care of your own kids off screen.
Right.
Take your pick. And Jeff Stone. Oh, not Jeff Stone. I'm sorry. Paul Peterson, the guy who played Jeff Stone. That's what I get for reading my notes in a weird way. He is actually an activist for child actor rights. Yes, and he founded a minor consideration. That's what it's called. A minor consideration that advocates on behalf of child actors.
Yes.
And I have a little side jaunt on that. The kid that played David Barker was also represented by that foundation because he was screwed over as a child actor by his parents just squandering the money that he made the 15 years or whatever he did for while he was a child actor.
Yeah, when he was done with the child acting and he was trying to transition into being an adult at 18, what he had in savings was not even $2,000.
Nope.
So, poor kid.
Yeah, a little nod there for that. You want to do trigger warnings?
Let's go through the trigger warnings.
You would think a wholesome show like Donna Reed, a black and white wholesome show from the 1958 or late 1950s, early 1960s, would not have very many trigger warnings. But it does.
I mean, it is fairly wholesome. I will say that overall.
I'm going to say, just start out, this is an all-white cast.
Oh, we'll get into the inequality stuff.
Right? So my trigger warnings lean in that direction of, heteronormative constructs, white privilege, white male privilege. There is some white female privilege as well.
Yes.
Mention of bullying, implied physical assault, gender social constructs and conversation, which is very heavy there. Abandoned child, name calling, sexual content, patriarchal constructs, patriarchal judgment and stereotyping, teasing, unconsented physical touch, missing child, exploitation of children, competition between women with extension to their children, holiday stress, lying, deception, and actual physical assault. Gun, which was an airgun, unclothed child, and electrocution.
Yep.
Lose a little bit of sour taste in your mouth.
Just a little bit.
I have to say the way the show is constructed too, that these things kind of smack you in the face. You're like, didn't see that coming.
Right? That came out of nowhere.
Also, why?
Right? Some of the episodes you're like, why are they doing it that way? But whatever. So before we get into individual episodes, I would like to talk about the characters as a whole.
Okay.
Specifically talking about Mary.
Okay.
So
that sounds like a bomb waiting to go off.
It is. In these first 18 episodes, she is consistently sent away. Ballet classes, friends' houses. She consistently just leaves.
Some of that, yeah.
But I mean, as a character, she's consistently just not there.
Yeah.
And I just found it interesting. And then she only has like 4 storylines that are hers in total. Yet Jeff has a bunch more than that.
Male privilege.
Oh, yes. So I found that interesting. But also, one thing I do want to point out, because I tried to look up to see if there was some kind of reason, right? If there's a reason why she just
privilege.
kept popping away and then popping back in. She was on the show Annette at the same time.
Okay.
That only ran for one season. It was only like 20 episodes. But she was in 15 of those episodes. Okay. As some kind of best friend or something.
So she was splitting her time.
So it's possible, I have no confirmation on this, that she was splitting her time and that's why she's randomly sent away or whatever. She's consistently going to friends' houses. You need to go to school, all of this kind of stuff. She's consistently just leaving the house.
Well, I wonder too if that's part of the social construction.
I don't know, because we never got to learn much about Mary. Like I said, she only had 4 main storylines and 2 of them weren't even hers. They were partially hers.
It's not called The Mary Show, so.
No, but I felt bad for Mary.
I wonder if there was an internal conflict that was unspoken of the 2 women too, Donna Reed and Mary,
so.
the Shelley Fideris or whatever her name is.
I don't think so, because she stuck around for a really long time.
Well, no, I don't know that there's an action. This is the thing. Sometimes you're unconsciously doing that kind of stuff, right?
True.
And also it can be imposed on you. There may be some directors or something like that really just
Correct.
didn't want the 2 women on camera at the same time.
Could be. I don't know. I just wanted to point it out because I noticed that Mary was consistently being sent away and it was all either Donna and Jeff all the time.
Doesn't surprise me.
Randomly Alex. Anyway.
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
One other thing I want to talk about before we get going is doctors making house calls. I feel like we've talked about this before, but I went a little deeper in my research this time.
Oh, the thing I have about doctors is whether or not pediatricians and obstetricians can be interchanged. So it fits right in there because I was like that from a professional standpoint. That's a big no, but I have a comment on, or not comment. I have research on that.
Okay. So I looked into doctors making house calls because I was like, what? This show shows Alex doing that, right? All the time. He's consistently picking up the phone and then leaving the house to go take care of a patient. So house calls actually started to slow in the 1960s. They started to slow down and then basically became non-existent by the 80s. Reasons being were that doctors became more specialized rather than fairly generalized, which is what we see on the show. There's also the technology aspect, but also they were running out of time, mostly because of the baby boomers. The baby boomer generation was born in 1946 to 1964. And so there was this huge jump in babies. And so they just literally had no time to go to these people's houses. So they had to come to them.
Had to have more control over the calendar.
Exactly.
The schedule.
Because they ran out of time. They didn't have the time to do the travel.
Well, I would imagine the population boom also supported city building too, and town building. It made, bigger houses. You have bigger neighborhoods. So again, that adds to time too, trying to travel from home to home and things like that.
Exactly.
I mean, there was even an episode where they met another pediatrician. They talked about the competition between the 2 of them, which was just a friendly thing.
Yeah, that was joking.
It was joking, but it does speak to the town getting bigger and more babies coming in. Yeah.
Because Alex was the first pediatrician, right? And then there's Dr. Barry is the second one.
Alludes to, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the town's getting bigger. So,
which this just tells me that it's a town possibly moving into city.
Possibly.
This transition. Yeah.
I don't know. They were very vague about all of this stuff, so I'm taking guesses.
Right? Lots of guesses.
When it comes to this, taking guesses.
So do you want to know my little blurb about the interchange of pediatricians and obstetricians? Because I was, from a professional standpoint, I was like, the ethics on that? I'm sorry, no.
That brings me to talking about episode 1, because that happens in episode 1,
It does happen in episode 1.
Episode 1 is Weekend Trip. So let's start with that first, is your doctor.
So, yeah, they're trying to plan a weekend trip, and Alex is like, I can't go because I have to do these calls, blah, blah. And there's a colleague of his that's an obstetrician.
Uncle Bo.
They lure him in to take the calls, so Alex can be free for a weekend or 2 days or whatever. And so what I found out was in the late 1950s, pediatricians and obstetricians were not legally or formally interchangeable, as they were distinct specialties with different training. But the boundary between their roles regarding newborn care was still shifting. While obstetrics and pediatrics had split into separate specialties earlier in the 20th century, the 1950s was a period where obstetricians still held significant responsibility for the immediate care of an infant, particularly during the baby boom era when hospitals were crowded and specialization was still evolving.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that that's this transition period. So especially in small towns, I would imagine that the ethics would get massaged a bit and there'd be some flexibility there of, for a couple of days, the obstetrician can take care of kiddos.
I mean, as long as it's not like a podiatrist.
Right.
Who works on feet.
Right. Yeah.
It's a very different market.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is that any doctor goes through the same general medical schooling and academics. They go through the same stuff. So they learn about anatomy and things like that. So even a podiatrist could treat you for flu if you're in an area where there's no other option for that.
There should be some amount of training, yes.
Yes.
Now, it depends on how long they've been a podiatrist, but still.
I would think that their training would come back to them.
You'd think. So episode 1 was a very interesting introduction to all of the characters.
You sure did leave a lot of weight on that word, interesting.
I know, because it starts off with the kids being disappointed with Alex, and then Donna having to try to fix it.
I mean, again, she is in charge of emotional load of the household.
She is.
If the household is not happy, then she's the one that is in charge of that and has responsibility for that.
I don't like that, but okay.
Your face right now. If only we were doing video.
Ooh, I have...
Do you have creepy crawlies on your spine yet?
I do. I have feelings in my stomach that constitute as rage.
So of course she takes responsibility for it, and the whole episode is about her manipulating and talking and moving parts to see if we can get this worked out.
Worked out, yeah.
So they can go on a weekend trip.
So the kids won't
Alex
is
apparently overworked and can't seem to take time off, I guess.
As she said, he has an 8-day week, so completely overbooked, completely busy, which kind of explains why they got another pediatrician into the town.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
And this issue comes up several times in just the 18 episodes we watched.
It does.
The kids are consistently upset because the dad has to run away or whatever, to not run away, but to go and take care of other kiddos. And the thing is that is his job. He supports them by doing said job. And I thought the kids were quite spoiled and privileged in thinking that, they should hold possession of his time.
Right.
For whatever their needs are or whatever. As if they weren't being cared for in any kind of way, which
or
he's
that
actually a pretty good dad.
Or that they never saw him.
Right?
He works at his house. Like his office is like adjacent to the house.
Yeah.
It's in the house. So it's not like they never see him, or if he
never goes to their games or their recitals or whatever, because they said, "Oh, he does come when he can."
Right.
Like, okay.
Right.
Wow.
I think this just happened to hit a pocket where Alex was just super busy all the time. Let's say winter, where flu takes off, and who knows? I don't know. It was just an interesting introduction because it just seemed like the kids were fairly whiny, and then Donna tried to fix it, but she doesn't fix it with Alex.
No, she doesn't want to burden him with the details. No. That's the thing. You don't burden your husband with the details of the emotional load manipulation.
Yet she should have, because he had something else planned for that Saturday, which, by the way, who does traffic court on a Saturday? What town does traffic court on a Saturday?
I don't know. Because I grew up in a small town and everything is shut down on Saturdays and Sundays.
Right? We are in a city, and no, they don't work on Saturdays.
Right?
Not like that. No.
Maybe there was because he's such a high prominent person in the town, maybe there was a special
call
for
and
that meeting.
Same with the other guy, because the other guy was a high up banker or whatever.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, privilege does get you quite a bit of manipulation of time and money.
Well, right? And especially if you've got time and
you've got money, yeah, then you can make stuff happen. And maybe traffic court was actually a dinner party at one of their houses or something.
Who knows? Anyway.
I don't know. I don't live that life.
I don't either.
Never have.
No. Anyway, episode 1 was just a really interesting introduction. I would say that there are better episodes that they should have chosen, but we will talk about the actual pilot because that is in this episode list as well.
Oh, okay.
We will talk about the actual pilot because this is not it. This is just the first episode that was released, not the first episode that was created. Side note, for most older shows, they are out of order.
Oh, yeah.
They're released out of order. And it comes up every now and again where a character will do something, but then 2 episodes later contradict themselves and learn the lesson. And then you're like, but you learned the lesson before in a different way. Yeah, so.
Well, and I will say this particular show, I don't know if you noticed this, but there were repeat of themes. Especially with the kiddos. Yeah, and you're like, did you not learn the first time?
Yeah.
But I have to say the discipline was also different than what I experienced as a kid. So
true. There wasn't a lot of discipline.
Again, I don't live a privileged life and don't know what money does for families like that. So
who knows? Okay, let's
do you show my ignorance here.
Do you have anything else for episode 1?
No. That wasn't one.
I have 2 interesting tidbits.
Okay. That wasn't one that really got my gourd. So
no. I have 2 interesting tidbits though. In this episode, Alex mentions giving one of the babies a 3-way shot. So at the time, there were 3 required vaccines for the babies.
Is it the MMR?
Nope. Oh. Smallpox, polio, and then DTP, which is diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis.
That makes
Those
sense.
were the recommended vaccines at the time. That has changed over time and grown to be more. Case in point, chickenpox. You don't really hear about chickenpox anymore because guess what? There's a vaccine for it. That came out in 1995. Or I'm sorry, it was required in 1995 in the US. It became commercially available in 1984.
I'm going to put it out here as a PSA to all of our followers and our audience.
Get your vaccines.
We are pro-vaccine. Please get your vaccines and vaccinate your children.
Please do that.
My goodness.
Please vaccinate.
So I do have, I lied before. Sorry. I'm going to go back on myself.
Liar.
In the first episode, I noticed that the kids kiss their parents goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say I've never done that.
Yeah. Even Jeff does it to Alex. I was surprised by that. It was on the cheek. It wasn't like crazy or anything.
Just little pecks,
Yeah.
Signs of affection.
Little quick one.
And the other thing I noticed about that first episode was that Donna had a lot of leeway to do whatever she felt like she needed to do to make sure the family was balanced. And Alex didn't impose himself. He wasn't angry with her. He didn't have any kind of behavior or words or anything. There wasn't anything that bruised his ego or anything like that. He trusted her to not usurp his station. That makes any sense.
This show I was surprised by this show in the aspect of Alex and Donna's relationship.
I was too.
Because most shows like this pit the husband and wife against each other.
Right.
Or pit the whole family against each other.
Right. There's conflict.
They create conflict that gets magically resolved by the end.
Mm-hmm.
And feelings are magically not hurt anymore and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This show doesn't really do that. The family unit is a strong unit, and it's dealing with outside stuff that they are dealing with as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
And even Alex and Donna, when dealing with something with the kids, are dealing with it as a unit.
They are. They're unified.
Rather than pitting each other against each other. Because I think I don't want to keep comparing it to I Love Lucy, but if you take it from looking at it just Alex and Donna and Ricky and Lucy, Ricky and Lucy were consistently pitting against each other.
They were fire, right? They had
right.
this igniting between them. Yeah.
And some of those makes you think, if they had the option, if they had the choice that you have right now, that we have as our society right now, would they stay together? Ricky and Lucy? Probably not.
No.
But Donna and Alex?
Didn't. That's the thing.
Right, they didn't. But Donna and Alex definitely would.
Yeah, I think that they agreed to an arrangement.
Right.
To build this life, and they would stay with that arrangement because it benefits both of them.
Right. And Donna really likes being a homemaker. And there's nothing wrong with being a homemaker. I don't know if
she likes it per se. She consents to it.
Right. I mean, if she were in like now times, would she choose that path? Who knows? But she is fully on board with being a homemaker.
Well, and she's allowed to explore herself. She gets to do plays, and she's part of the ladies guild or the ladies group or whatever. Don't even think there was a title for that group that she was part of.
Again, very vague.
Yeah. So she was able to explore herself, right? Mm-hmm. She got to wear pants. There wasn't
multiple times.
Multiple times. She wasn't necessarily stuck in,
dresses and whatnot.
Full representation. She was able to grow and be a person, be a whole person. Whereas with Lucy, she also had the freedom to do so up until a point.
Right.
Ricky was like, you need to be home to take care of my home and have it ready for me when I do come home.
Right.
And she was not consenting fully for that.
That's where this time gap is surprising. And I was truly expecting the Donna Reed show to be somewhat similar.
So did I.
To that, where there's a lot of bucking the system and a lot of fighting and a lot of yelling.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, very wholesome show.
Yeah.
You have anything else for episode 1?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. Nope.
We're going to jump ahead to episode 3, The Hike. Main reason we're going to talk about this one is because Alex and Jeff both think that Donna shouldn't lead Jeff's hike that he's supposed to be doing with all these boys.
Can I just be neurodivergent for a second here?
Sure.
I was really annoyed that the title was The Hike when it should be called the camping trip or the campsite or something. Because they camped. They didn't.
Right? They called it
wasn't hiking.
They called it an overnight hike, which to me says overnight hike means that you're going to be walking and traveling overnight. And then by morning, either set up camp or you'll be back to where you started. And
exactly.
Go home.
That's what I thought too.
But they were camping and fishing and all that stuff.
It was definitely an outdoors thing. It wasn't just a hike. And being neurodivergent, I take things pretty literally sometimes. And that was just really annoying that it was not called the right thing. And then they kept calling it the hike. And I'm like, it's not a hike. What you're describing is not a hike, people.
Right.
Sorry, just a little jaunt on that.
I agree with you. I had the same feeling because I was at one point, Jeff says something about how they've never gone overnight before. And I was like, you've never hiked overnight? But I guess that's fine. But then he said something about camping. I was like, wait, no, that's camping. That's different.
And what ended up in the episode?
Camping. Camping.
And all the work that goes into camping.
Anyway, so this whole episode, it's an interesting choice. I know I keep using the word interesting. I'm going to have to update my vocabulary here. But Donna immediately agrees to try to fix the problem, to take these boys on the hike.
Because she has to keep the emotional load balanced.
Exactly. To fix the problem.
She is driven by that.
But she didn't realize what she was signing up for.
I don't think so. No.
Also, there was a lot of choices that were made that were for comedy purposes, like putting everything in one knapsack. Why are the boys not carrying anything? There's a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah.
This is their hike too. Their
also
camp.
Not everything was in that knapsack. I'm sorry. That huge ass tent was not in that knapsack. It just could not be.
Right.
And then she didn't have any wood. She didn't have any food. She didn't have
there was supposed to be food in the bag as well.
For what, 8 people? It's like 6 or 7 boys and her.
I would say 6 people. It wasn't that many, but still,
there's a lot of mouths to feed, and they're growing boys. They're going to eat double what you think they should have.
Especially after walking a while and all this kind of stuff, fishing all day.
Mm-hmm.
Did they bring tools to deal with the fish? Who knows? They didn't get to the fish.
It reminds me of that Bob's Burgers episode where he eats that trout or whatever.
Trout. He eats the raw
They
trout.
didn't bring any food either. They didn't bring any tools. And he's just like, this is going to be good.
I'm surprised. But the other thing is that they just set up camp wherever, which was surprising.
Right.
Because you can't do that, really. There's campsites that you go to.
There are campsites. There's designated areas, so you're not encroaching too much into the wildlife, right? Right. Especially in the national forests and things like that, the national places that
you have there's
national parks.
And you also have to, sign up for those things, have permits and license.
Well, she didn't have a fire permit, so
he got that squared away.
Got that squared away. And actually, I was looking into that because I was like, can you just get a fire permit on the spot like that? And actually, yes, you can. They're free.
Yeah.
You can get one right when, you can go hiking, camping, whatever at your whim. You just have to visit the ranger's station and get your permits that you need for whatever you're going to do. I don't know if fishing's quite the same, but it could be.
I guess it depends on where you're fishing. Because there's going to be designated spots.
Right. It did say on the, the search engine AI that, please check your park policies, the state law. Make sure that you are, fully knowledgeable of your particular state, because each state's going to have its own regulations for those things. But yes, you can get a fire permit, and usually they're free.
Yeah, the fire permit one wasn't surprising.
I had never heard of that.
I was surprised that he just had one.
I wasn't surprised by that.
I was only surprised until, we find out that Alex sent him. But I mean, she does figure it out. It's just a different way than how anybody else figures it out. What was your
problem with this particular episode then?
My problem was with how Donna reacted. It was like she had never heard of camping before, and so she was surprised by every little piece of it. From the walking to the setting up camp to the fish to every piece of it, she was just surprised that she had to do all of this work. If
we take a woman who is in her early middle age, right? Early middle age, maybe middle-aged, and she has been groomed for 3 decades to take care of a home, to sew for her children, to take care of food management, house management, all of that stuff. She's not going to have knowledge of camping unless you actually lived in a family that did that. Because the whole point in this time period was to groom your women, young girls, to have home management as their primary skill.
True, and so even the Girl Scouts did that. Yeah. Even the Girl Scouts did that. They didn't camp either.
Right. And from, we can infer from this storyline that she comes from a privileged area, likely lived with money, and that even more so puts you more grooming for know your station. She probably went to etiquette school. She probably went to, these types of what am I thinking of here? Like when you have to have posture and all these things, right? That you put on a good representation for your family.
We don't know about that because
you can't infer that though.
You can, but at the same time,
all her time was not only on academics, because she's super smart, but she had academics. She had the home grooming, the homecoming. Okay,
homecoming.
Home
that's
management. Home management. And then she had her, the etiquette and all that, the how to be a social person in keeping with your station in life.
I guess I'm just
so none of it would have room for camping because that's not what young women did. You're not to be dirty like that.
I'm just surprised that she was surprised. I guess that's where it comes out to. If you don't know anything about camping, why did you agree to it? If you didn't know anything about camping, why are you even involved?
You balance your emotional load at all costs, and doesn't matter what the sacrifice is.
Nope. No. Fuck that.
This is where you and I differ in that I was raised in that kind of environment, and you were not.
Fuck that, walk away.
Right?
Fuck that, walk away. Walk away, run.
I groomed a rebel is what I did.
You did.
A feminist rebel.
You really did. Congratulations. That's what you get out of me.
I'm very thankful. So happy. But yeah, she was so pigeonholed in what she's supposed to be that she has very little room to even learn about herself.
True.
So she's not going to know about camping unless that was a special interest of one of her, like her grandfather or something like that, where she was introduced to it, which is still very unlikely considering if she came from money, like if she had high station of privilege.
And we don't know. We don't learn about their past.
I don't know that side of the things because I did not grow up on that side of the tracks.
Who knows? Okay, did you have anything else for episode 3?
No, that one wasn't the one that bothered me the most.
I mean, there's a lot of episodes. There's a lot to talk about. Okay, so moving on to episode 4, The Male Ego. Oh, this one was interesting.
It's appropriately titled.
I need to stop saying interesting. It is appropriately titled. So let's set this up here real quick. Mary, this is one of Mary's very light storylines. Mary has an essay contest or whatever. She's part of an essay contest. And she does this. She does this essay about her mother, about how her mother is the strength of our nation and our community and our family. That's one of the lines that she has. That's
it was
what
very
mother
syrupy.
Is. Yes. But that causes the town to go abuzz on talking
because it was presented in front of the whole town. It was on stage. Right. Mm-hmm.
About how Donna is the best mother and about how mothers should be appreciative or be appreciated, and
made all the mothers cry in the audience.
Right. And then
it did not make me cry. I'm just going to tell you, and I'm a really good mother.
What? You didn't cry over the gushiness?
No, I did not.
But this causes Alex to spin. And there's a few things I understand. There's a few points where I get where he's coming from. At the same time, get over yourself.
Well, my question to this would be, before we even go to the places, why are you in competition with your wife?
So this is where I asked the question, why was Alex so hurt by this? Donna gets a little bit of acknowledgement publicly from Mary, and he's complaining. Is he jealous, or does he just not see what's so good about Donna? Now, luckily, it's not the second thing. He does see that there are good things about Donna. He does see that. Because most shows, they would lean that way.
Right.
This show, he's just a little jealous.
Right.
Now, there are points...
A man who has feelings? I'm sorry, what?
Right. And is dealing with them.
On his own.
On screen. How dare he?
A man who takes responsibility for his own feelings on screen? What?
He took responsibility, but here we go. But
at least he acknowledged it.
I will agree with the whole situation in the suit shop that he should have rights on what he wears.
Annoyed me. I'm sorry, that whole scene annoyed me.
Yeah. Outside of that little scene, Alex, get over yourself. But at the end, he finally feels appreciative because it's his birthday and there's a random guy there now. I don't remember. I do remember it being really dark when he walked in and them singing happy birthday. And I was like, oh, that's just so creepy.
It was very creepy. Why was it set up that way? And I can only imagine it on a small 1950s screen.
Tube
like,
TV.
What are we looking at here? Creepy faces with candlelight? Like,
it wasn't even faces because you couldn't see them. There was one
they were
candle.
All incognito behind. Yeah, it was weird.
It was so creepy.
It's such a weird angle shot too. Yeah, I don't get it. And I imagine, I didn't look this up because, with I Love Lucy, there was 3 cameras. They did multiple cameras. I didn't look it up whether. Was it a multicam?
I don't know if this one was a multicam. I didn't look up that.
Yeah, I didn't look it up either, but I would think it would be. I did watch it. Some of the camera shots were pretty good.
Right.
Some of it was a little swimmy, so just mindful of that, but pretty good camera shots.
This episode was just wild, and then it gets all wrapped up all nicely.
Of course. Everybody loves everybody at the end.
Yeah, There was also the part where Alex is annoyed with the photographer. I understand that as well. I get that. I get being annoyed with those kind of things.
Yes.
Those two things make sense. Everybody else gushing to him about his wife, I just get over that. Let it go.
At least she's being recognized by other people for
exactly. Exactly.
her efforts. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
But again, this is that sense of competition between humans. Now she's competing against other mothers in the same town.
Well, so competition
against her own husband.
Competition is something that is always there, and it will always be there.
Well, that just drives me crazy.
Good. It makes conversation fun. Sometimes. Other times it just keeps coming back to competition, and then it's annoying.
It is annoying. Overall, just annoying.
I do have something for episode 4. It's a little tidbit, I guess. So, TV couples in twin beds.
Yeah.
So episode 4 is where we first see their bedroom, and they have 2 twin beds.
They do.
So this, you can also see this in I Love Lucy. I mean, we probably talked about this a little bit there. But this comes from the Hays Code, Hays Code was originally written for film. But when TV took off, they just used it for all productions. The Hays Code was used, it was self-censorship basically, and it was used from 1934 to 1968. 1968, it was replaced by the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA. In 1968, that's when it was replaced. But the Hays Code, because it was replaced because the Hays Code stopped being enforced. People didn't care about the stuff that was in the Hays.
I mean, now
Hays
we're
Code.
getting, we're starting with, we're getting into the 60s, which is women's lib and.
So the Hays Code, that by that point, so this is like in the middle of all of that.
It is. It's during a transition time. Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of do's and don'ts, mostly don'ts, but there was a whole section on be careful. Be careful what you show of these kind of things. And that one of the be carefuls was man and woman in bed together. There was also a few other ones, like first night scenes and theft and robbery, use of firearms. Those are all be careful sections. There's a bunch of don'ts. There's 11 don'ts. One of them being ridicule of clergy, which I found hilarious.
I'm going to say it this way. God forbid we do that.
Anyway.
She said with a snark.
Was that snarky? I don't know. Oh, also, Alex mentions as one of his rants, he mentions women own 70% of the nation's wealth.
Oh my God, I looked that up because I was like, nah.
I was like, that's fucking wrong.
And I wrote an answer to that question. There is no data to support this statement.
Correct. So I have that too. And my guess is that he is considering married women as to having their husband's wealth as well.
That makes sense.
Yes. So if you take it in that context, sure.
I find that interesting that he says that statement, and then when you go to one of the episodes about her purchasing an item that is expensive, that she actually puts it back because she didn't feel like she could spend that much money. So there's some guardrails apparently on her.
I mean, it was a lot of money.
This is different with I Love Lucy. Lucy would just spend the money anyway.
She would. That is the big difference. So let's talk, since you brought up money, let's talk money. They mentioned money a lot. And I wrote it all down, but I didn't research it all because that seemed pointless to me. So what I did...
I researched a couple things.
So what I did for the money was I did what 25 cents is for them, $1, $20, $100, and then $2,500. That's the max amount that they talked about. So if you put that into our context, 25 cents is $2.78. $1 is $11.14.
Oh, my guess is like 10. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. $20, $222.80. $100 is $1,113.99. Yeah.
My goodness.
You want to take a guess what the $2,500 money is?
23,000.
Not far off. It's $27,849.
That is far off.
You were only off by $4,000. It's fine.
$27,000.
$27,000, nearly $28,000 for $2,500.
Okay, just for side jaunt here, what can you get for $27,000 in 2026? You can't even get a car, a decent car that doesn't have problems or a lot of miles or whatever. $27,000 actually doesn't go that far.
No,
it's not even a down payment on a home.
No. So anyway,
I mean, I just put it in context there.
Mm-hmm.
That how much the value of that dollar has shifted.
Oh yeah,
and
it's a lot.
How much more work people have to do now, and how much time it takes to build that quote unquote wealth.
Yep.
But $27,000 is actually not that much money, even though to me, coming from poverty, is like, well, huh? You know,
because that is a lot of money, but at the same time, it's not a lot of money.
But it's not going to get you very far. It doesn't go very far.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for episode 4 with the male ego?
I only have one little thing about episode 4 that I wrote down.
Okay.
And that is the linen supply guy came to take Alex's stuff to be washed or whatever. And he calls Donna a little girl. And I was like,
oh God, I didn't notice he called her that. I was more distracted as to why they had a linen guy. And then I was like,
back in that day, honey, there was milk guys, linen guys.
Well, no, I had the thought that the linen guy was mostly for Alex's work pieces.
Possibly.
But
I bet because they know him. And
I mean, it could be. I don't know. They didn't specify.
There were services. I wish we could go back to this because I think it's actually environmentally probably better rather than having these factory,
the problem is you can't trust these people. Purchase. That's the problem.
We used to be able to.
We can't now.
Going back to like getting services from your local vendors of people who would do their laundering and, and get milk from cows and that there's a local farm, get your meat from local butchers, get your vegetables from local farms, like, all that stuff.
Unfortunately, we are not in a time where you can trust those kind of things. We can't trust that to not be exploited, to not be used, to not be poisoned.
I think exploitation is a big one. Anyway, it was a simpler time. But I mean, it went all the way into the 90s because from we did Keeping Up Appearances, and Hyacinth was still getting milk delivered to her door.
Yes, in the UK.
In the UK.
Don't know if they continued that here, just because the US is so massive.
If you take her station in her little town.
Right.
It makes sense that there would be some similarities here in the two towns, even though this is a fake town in the middle of wherever.
I mean, anyway. Hyacinth was in a fake town too.
No, there's actually, she's on the map. If you go to, you can Google UK production locations, and hers is it's up in the upper right.
Yeah, filming locations. I'm not talking about filming locations, about where the actual show is set, not filming location.
Oh, I don't even know if they ever mentioned where
That's what I'm saying. It's a fake town.
It's more real than this one.
we could say that the filming locations that they used for the school and their house, because they do show the outside of their house at one point for this show.
You can tell it's a set.
Well, no, they use the outside of a house and the outside of a school.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Those are actual locations.
Okay.
So if you wanted to use that, we could, but Hyacinth is also set on a set too. So
true.
It's all a set. Everything's fake. It's TV. What did you expect? Real life?
We are real life.
Are we? I debate that.
Oh boy. That's a whole other conversation.
Okay, moving on to episode 6, The Foundling. Yeah, that's the proper reaction to this one.
I have to say, I do have empathy for the plight of the dad that felt forced to do what he did. But
I don't like how the women were written.
Right?
They were all immediately gushy over the baby.
Like, can we keep him? That kind of attitude.
Immediate reaction of, let's just adopt this child. Not even adopt. Let's just take this child in.
Right. When they talk about calling the police, they act like, well, this child's not a criminal. Why would you call the police?
Because that's what the police are for. There's social systems involved with this.
Pull your ovaries back and put some logic in there, man.
Right? This is one of those times where I completely agreed with Alex.
I did too.
But then he still couldn't do it. Give the child to the police like you're supposed to.
Well, and I wondered too because, when you're in care of people, like what I do for my job, right?
Right. You're a mandatory reporter.
You're a mandatory reporter. You're a mandatory something. And I can only imagine the ethics back then of what you're supposed to do if you have a child who is abandoned, or, if there's neglect, or if there's abuse or any of that stuff. There are guidelines for you to follow for that.
I think one of the things that they were trying to be distinctive about was that the baby was left at the Stones' house, not Alex's business.
Right.
That's the distinction that they were trying to go for.
And the note was written to Mrs. Stone. It wasn't written to Dr. Stone, which is also a distinction.
Right. Unfortunately, that shouldn't matter.
It wouldn't have in the eyes of the law. No.
Right. In the eyes of the law, the baby was abandoned, needs to be taken to social services, and the parent, if they ever want the child back, will have to fight for the child to be back.
Yeah, they basically took over the investigation to find out who the child belonged to.
Not they, Donna.
Yeah, Donna.
Not they, Donna, because Alex didn't. Alex gave them 24 hours.
Well, and what she was glomming on to is the fact that the note was written to her personally, which told her that she knew whoever this was.
Right.
That left the baby. Right. And that it pulled at her heartstrings, and she wanted to empathize.
Well, and she kept saying the baby needs its mother. The baby needs its mother. Mm-hmm. But you don't know why the baby was left in the first place. It could have been the father did it without the consent of the mother. Mm-hmm. It could have been that the mother is schizophrenic and in, the clarity moment dropped a baby off. Mm-hmm. I mean, you never know. You never know.
But this is a show that tightly neatens things up at the end.
I know.
That's how this ended.
I also
gross all in itself.
Don't like how it ended either. So
I didn't either.
They randomly have a cleaner, Kathleen.
And she never comes back.
Right?
Like, what the hell?
They randomly have a cleaner who now is magically going to be dating the milk guy.
Yeah. Which was,
because she raised 3 brothers herself, I guess?
I will say, from a plot perspective, this show is easy to watch or listen to.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the foreshadowing so easy.
It's very easy going. There's not a lot happening.
There's no shock.
No.
There's no shock value.
There's no someone got shot, find out next episode kind of situation.
There are no cliffhangers.
There's none of that. No. It's all wrapped up in a
yeah, it's all wrapped up nicely.
Pretty bow, and that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say if you think of a family sitcom and all of the tropes that you can think of with a family sitcom, this is it. Mm-hmm. This is the show.
And I kept calling it a clean version of I Love Lucy because it is. If I Love Lucy had elevated herself to acquiescing to the full gambit of being a stationed, privileged, stay-at-home mom, this would be it.
So I did not like the Foundling episode. I completely agreed with Alex every step of the way.
Yep.
Alex is a lot of he is the straight man in this show.
Oh God, yeah.
He's the one who applies logic and pokes holes in their flights of fancy.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else to say about episode 6?
No, I didn't have anything.
Okay.
I had written in between episode 4 and episode 7 that Donna Reed and Carl Betts definitely have some chemistry on screen.
Yes, they do. But Carl Betts also is very attractive. Gonna point that out. He is very attractive.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, there were some kissing scenes. I was like,
yes.
That's hot.
I know.
For a 1958, that's hot.
Wow. That's not just sticking your faces together. That's
right. Something. Yeah. He grabs her, spins her around, kisses her on the lips.
Does it a couple times.
Yeah. He shuts the door and opens the blinds. He's like, let's do it.
Right? He opened the blinds. That was funny. Right? Spy on us all you want. That was funny.
He doesn't take it too seriously.
No.
I think because he's a doctor, and that was part of his persona, is that doctors don't see bodies that way, and this is just a natural progression for couples, right?
Right.
To engage in that in the privacy of their home. So, or
well, and
possibly in public
also
if they're kissing in public.
he doesn't care as much about the public image as Donna does.
Yes. He does admire it about her, though. He can trust her with that because she's not going to circumvent it or usurp him and make him look bad.
Right.
She will always turn to the, how well can I make my husband look in this situation?
Exactly.
So he does have that in his corner, and he does admire that and, sees it. He acknowledges it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. What next? What's your next?
Episode 7.
Ragey.
Episode 7. The 3-part mother. So this, let me preface this by saying this is
sighs every time.
This is the episode that was the actual pilot.
Okay.
Which is why it's a little different. And it sounds like when in the whole episode they make hints that they've just moved to this town. They make hints that it's a small town.
Oh, that strengthens the drama too.
Yeah.
Between having to go all these things. She's trying to figure out which one is the best to showcase herself.
That's the point. Is that they're basically new to town, so she's trying to showcase herself and her kids to all of these things.
That would have been a much better pilot.
Right. Except for the fact that it also sucks. From
our perspective, it does, but from the perspective of 1958, this is a much better pilot.
I will say that it is not the best written as an episode itself. But to get an introduction to the characters, that's why it starts off with Donna walking around, voiceover saying things about her husband who's sleeping, who she's trying to wake up, and then she goes.
I wondered about that.
Then she goes to Jeff's room. Then she goes to Mary's room. That's why it starts like that, and then it ends with her checking on all of those and then crashing. That
makes more sense now.
Yeah, because it's the original. It's the actual.
Why do I put it at 7? That's weird.
Who knows? Because why not? That's why. I don't know.
Executives.
So
don't know what they're doing.
This whole episode, Donna is split in 3 different things. She's supposed to go to some party thing for Alex. That's
listen to him to do a speech.
He has a speech to give. Jeff has a basketball game. Fun note. I don't think he ever plays basketball again. I don't know. He never does in the rest of the series so far.
Plays basketball and plays football.
We know he plays football. He does that multiple times.
Maybe switched.
Basketball? I don't know.
I can think of 2 episodes where he was doing basketball things, and then after that was football.
I can only think of one for basketball, and this is it. So Jeff is finally being allowed to play because 3 of the other players are sick or injured. And then Mary gets invited to be a part of whatever vague girls club it is, and their mothers are supposed to be there. We'll get to that. So anyway, and it's all happening on the same night in the same time frame. Classic sitcom story trope, right? It even happens in Bob's Burgers, right? Classic story trope. So she's split in 3 different ways, and they're all trying to convince her to be a part of it, except for Alex. Alex is like, I don't care what you do. Don't come. It's fine. I want you there.
He said, fine. I can talk to my colleagues without you.
Right.
I don't need you.
I want you there.
Why was she seated behind him? I couldn't figure that out.
Right. I think it was just a camera shot angle thing. The whole thing was weird. And then, so she ends up going to all of these things and doing all of them partially, basically.
Right.
Which
tells me she's in a smaller town.
How small this town is. Yeah.
Also, she can drive.
Right. She does drive.
Yeah.
Because it is a small town, and we do see her driving. Anyway, but she ends up doing all of these things, but my first thought was immediate, no, I'm sick. I'm just going to be sick that day. I'm just going to be sick and not go to any of that, and the reason I can't go is because I'm sick. That saves face publicly and everything. Just going to be sick. No issues.
From the perspective of how I've described her, it seems to me that she would have gone to Alex's thing and told the kids, I'm sorry.
Right.
Well, also, that would also keep her from favoring one child over the other.
Exactly. That's where I was like, just go to none of it and it'll be fine.
Or that's also an option of just,
if you're
I'll have
just
everything
sick,
ready for you when you come home.
Yeah, you're just sick. I'll be home with the flu, quote unquote. Darn, I'm sick, and I'll be
she
well
almost pulls that off. She
right?
she like got done with trying to argue over it, and
she did because
put herself in bed with the magazine, and she's like, I'm done
because the kids started trying to compete with each other. Because so Mary's, let's talk about Mary's. The whole introduction at a girls' club thing. What the hell was that?
I have no idea.
Because what? I mean, number one, the new inductees are introducing their mothers. But when they say that they're mothers, they say Mrs. Husband's name.
Yep.
So, nameless mother. What is the point of having the mother there?
I can only guess.
They also get a boutonniere? What?
Yeah.
Is it a corsage? Like, what is it? Corsage goes on the wrist, right?
No, corsage is, you can wear a corsage on your shoulder also. A boutonniere is one little flower. It's tiny. It's like 2 inches. It's not even 3 inches.
I guess it is a corsage then.
It's a corsage, yeah, when it has multiple flowers and ribbons and stuff on it.
Because it's like 3 inches long. It's huge.
Again, I did not grow up in socialite kind of situation, so I have no idea what this all means in it. But it does seem to be a primer group for what Donna does with her women's group that has this charity. So she's grooming or allowing Mary to be groomed in the same way she was groomed.
No.
That's all get gross. Along with other women and learn how to get along with other women, and to
this
lean
sounds
on
like
them
a cult. It sounds like a cult to me.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
It just sounds like join this cult so then you can be a part of the next cult because it's the next level. That's how you level up.
There's something about humankind
that really loves cults.
Yes.
And being in them.
The way you describe that is like it was a video game. You just gotta level up. Level up.
Because that's what a lot of them are. Gotta be at different levels to get different
from an identity
insight.
Perspective, being someone who's nearly 50, you go through your life reinventing your identity over and over and over again. There are pieces that you take with you from your childhood and on and beyond, right? So it makes sense that this would be a level up. But I wonder if this is a presentation of a socialite thing. So
maybe
in Mexican families, there's quinceañera. There's
but that's not a cult. That's the family getting together for a birthday.
No, I get it. I'm just saying that there's a presentation of, what is that? Cotillion, I think is what the word is for the southern states of the United States.
There's a cotillion, yeah.
God, there's a word for it, and I cannot remember it right off the top of my head. But it is a coming out kind of thing where
coming of age, basically party.
It's a royalty thing. So you have been cloistered and sequestered in your family.
It happens
like
a lot with
shit, and
it happens a lot with royalty kind of stuff.
Yeah, and
it still happens.
It does. That you are getting educated, you're learning all your things, you're being groomed, and then you will be presented to the social structure and the social circles that you are to be then wed into.
Ugh, it sounds incestuous.
It can be. Just gonna say. Because you end up marrying your cousin.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
When there's not very much pickings.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about for episode 7? Oh, I have something. So Donna mentions that she's just going to go get on Toreador pants and go play billiards. And then she walks out of the room.
Oh, I didn't hear. I heard the billiards part, but I didn't hear the Toreador pants. What the heck is a Toreador pant?
They are tight-fitting calf-length pants that are typically worn by women. Think of the pants she's wearing, but just a little bit shorter.
A reinvention of skinny jeans.
Right. It's their calf
it's called
length.
Toreador.
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't look past that. I was like, okay, sure. Just want to know what the hell these pants are. And billiards is pool. She's gonna go play some pool.
You know what my grandmother would have called those pants, even though they're calf length?
Yeah.
She would have called them hot pants.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why she probably was going to go do that and Play billiards.
And also play billiards? No, ma'am. You would be a woman of the night if you were out playing billiards on your own with no chaperone.
Oh, I think that was her plan. Was to say basically fuck you to her family, and I'm gonna go do what I want. I'll be home when you get home.
So she was basically saying, I'm gonna throw all of you away. I don't want this life anymore. I'm gonna go over here to the nightlife and throw myself into the nightlife, and whatever may take me, take me.
Right? Yeah.
That's choice.
Right? She was done with all of them.
Boy, the stereotyping there. Alrighty then.
Okay. Anything else for episode 7?
Mm-mm.
All right. Episode 11. This was the most frustrating episode. This is the baby contest.
Oh, God.
I knew it.
That woman said baby contest, and I'm like, crap, I have to watch this episode.
You have to watch it. You gotta pay attention to all the little details.
And the woman's just fawning over her perfect baby, and then wanting Alex to, agree with her.
Right.
Which puts him in a spot because he's like, I don't want to piss off my client, my patient.
His whole thing is that he does it to all of the women. He does it to all of them.
And all he says is, that's a baby.
Right? That's a baby.
But it's the way he looks.
Tone.
And his tone. He knows he's pulling some charm. And he can get away with it.
Yes, he can.
Yes, and he knows he can get away with it.
Until he can't get away with it because now they're having a baby contest.
Now, of course, the foreshadowing here was that the mother, who was very insecure about her child,
right,
because she was judging said child. Why the hell would you judge your child
about ears
like that?
About ears,
like,
the child
woman, take your shit to a therapist. Don't put that shit on your child.
Right. Well, the other thing is that the other women do it too. That's the crazy part. It wasn't just her. I bet she would have been fine.
You think he was running around? That poor child was running around with 2 heads and 4 feet.
Right?
Like, what?
Right?
There's nothing wrong with your kid, man.
No. His ears stuck out a little bit more than you expected, I guess. I don't know.
Did you know that because the ear situation was such a thing, that they had surgery where they would tack the ears back?
Oh,
on kids?
My God. I did not know that.
Yes, that was a thing.
Who would give that's basically plastic surgery to a child?
Well, when you have circumcision.
That's also, yeah, you're right. That
and with boys specifically, right? We're already starting to mutilate them from birth. If they have ears that stick out, they're always going to have a short haircut because of social constructs. You want them to get ahead, you're going to tack their ears.
No, we're not. No, we're not. And boys can have long hair. Actually, sometimes it's more attractive. Just gonna be honest here. Take care of your hair, people.
Okay, I just had this thought in my head that I would get in a competition of who would have the longest hair, me or my significant other.
Good luck.
Male or female, doesn't matter.
Good luck. Your hair is really long right now.
It is really long.
It is.
But it just
you're reaching classical length.
I am. It's awesome.
Anyway, this whole episode, and poor Alex, he gets pulled into this whole contest that he does not want to do.
Donna sees it coming. That's the thing. She tries to stave it off, and she can't get it to stave off.
She tries somewhat hard.
She mentions people as nominations that nobody else knows.
Right. The only thing she doesn't do is say, no, Alex is not going to do that.
I don't think she can speak for him on his behalf.
But they are speaking for him. They are speaking. They have made him judge. He's not there to consent to that. So she can speak for him. She's absolved
of the responsibility of that, though, when there's other people. I'm just saying.
He also mentions that he's just going to tell all the mothers that the kids have rickets.
Yeah, and he almost said it. I wanted it to go that way because I wanted to see.
Mary jumped in.
Did you look up rickets? Do you know what that is?
I did. Rickets is this softening and weakening of bones in children, often because of extreme and prolonged vitamin D or calcium deficiency. However, there are also genetic forms of rickets.
It's very painful.
Yes. Yes. So, but that has slowly gone away because rickets has been around for since the 17th century. That's when they really started writing all this stuff down. So it's been around for a while, and that it slowly went away as
it comes from
vitamin
kids
D
being
and calcium.
malnourished.
Yeah. Making sure children were nourished properly.
That's where all the just FYI, that's where the milk industry picked itself up with their sales campaign was.
That was part of it, yeah.
Strong bones. Just FYI, you can get vitamin D and calcium from other things. You don't have to get it from cow's milk.
Well, yeah.
There's other foods that
you get it from
that.
vegetables.
Yeah, amazing, right?
It's amazing what happens when you eat vegetables.
But I grew up during the time of drink your milk because you want your bones to be strong.
I mean, I heard that as a child too. It's wrong, but I heard that.
It's only partially wrong.
I mean,
because milk is fortified.
There are some good things for milk, but at the same time,
I can't believe I said that with a straight face.
There's fortified things in a lot of things. You can get fortified nutritional yeast. Duh.
I mean, take you for an example. You didn't really like milk?
No.
From birth, you didn't like milk.
No.
So you ate your cereal without it. But guess what? Cereal's fortified.
Yeah.
So you didn't miss out on any nutrition.
I was fine. I prefer dry cereal. Still do. I do not drink a lot of milk.
So funny because I prefer mine to be drowned. Like I don't want to see my cereal.
Anything else for episode 11? Is there any other discussions we should have with that?
No. Just exhausting.
Yeah, that whole episode was
the only other thing I did, I looked up whether baby contests are still a thing, and yes, they are still a fucking thing.
Also, when they mentioned
put our babies out to be judged. When
they mentioned baby contests, I was like, what are they going to be competing in? How do babies compete? how are they going to compete? And apparently it's based off totally on looks, and I was like, well, that's dumb and completely subjective.
So baby contests are still a thing.
Gross.
To this day.
Gross.
And usually they're put on for charity purposes. So again, I don't live this life, and you were never in a contest, so there you go.
I'm glad.
Although I think you were the cutest baby.
I mean, thank you. You are also very biased.
Me, your mother, be biased?
Only a lot. All right. I've got 2 more episodes for us to talk about. Episode 12, The Beaded Bag.
Okay.
So the beaded bag, Donna sees a bag at a store. The saleswoman says that she's been looking that over multiple times and asks if Donna wants to hold it back because it's her birthday coming up. Mm-hmm. And all Donna has to do is send in her husband, and the saleswoman will make sure that Alex will buy the bag.
Oh, the saleswoman is not playing. She knows what the hell she's doing.
Right? She's got a good racket going on. Because it obviously
I didn't fault her at all because she's making coin over there being a salesperson.
Right? It went from, because we do see one guy go through this, right? Who's not Alex. And she pulls out this tray of jewelry, and they're like $2 things or whatever. And then she's like, oh, here's this thing that's $100 and whatever dollars. And he buys that.
Yep. And it's all in how she presents it to him. And he's like, oh, you're so right. She would totally love that. It would totally look good on her.
Yeah, and he totally buys it. Well, so Donna doesn't want to do that. Donna doesn't want to trick Alex like that.
Right.
She she just doesn't care about her birthday like that.
A $65 purse back in that day, 1958, would be $729 today.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No wonder she was like, that's just too much. That's too much. It's too much for a bag.
You think from a mom's perspective, she's a stay-at-home mom and stuff. She's thinking, okay, what could I get for $729
right.
for my kids? You know, what does my husband need that maybe
what does the house need?
What does the house need?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she needs a new vacuum cleaner. Like, we don't know, right? There's plenty of other things she could be thinking about. Like, I could be putting that money somewhere else that's much more in keeping with
and she's
supporting
also
my family already.
Thinking about the community, and she's like, I could put this money back into the community as well, as in giving it to charity and things. So I'm not surprised by Donna. So she doesn't want to trick Alex, but a friend of hers comes by and tells the saleswoman to put it aside. She'll get Alex to come to the store. Well, Alex does end up going to the store because Donna had dropped off a bracelet to get fixed.
Right.
And Alex was just going to go pick it up for her.
And that was an innocent errand to
completely innocent. Yeah. She had dropped off the bracelet, and
but it came across that she had sent him
right
quotes
that she had tried to trick him, and that's when she gets really upset that that's what he thinks of her, and so she returns the bag. But then the wise one of this episode is Mary.
Right.
Sometimes your kids are the wisest things.
She's also learning how to manipulate in a way that Donna does, right? She gets to exercise it in this particular episode.
You get to see that because Donna comes back to get the bag. Come to find out it was already sold again to Alex, who just came by to pick it up because he knew that Donna had dropped it off, had returned it. The main reason I wanted to talk about this episode was not specifically Donna and Alex, or even Mary, even though this is one of the few very light storylines for Mary, was the way that they were talking about how women continually manipulate things to get what they want. Donna didn't do that. Donna doesn't do that.
No, it's all in making sure the balance stays with her family and that her family is showcased in a way that is appropriate.
And yes, there are probably some women who do manipulate things to get what they want, blah, blah, blah. Not going to say that there's not, but give a benefit of the doubt. Trust your partner. Well, if you can't trust your partner, then why are you with them?
How long's Alex been married to Donna?
At least 14 years, because Mary's 14. So it has to be at least 14 years.
So, I mean, he should know her by now that she would not do that kind of thing.
Right.
And I would be pissed at him if he had slipped into thinking that about me. Yeah.
Right.
You should know me better than that.
Exactly.
What happened is he got manipulated by other women supporting Donna.
Who thought they were supporting Donna.
Right, because they think that way. Think I Love Lucy, right? Lucy in that show would manipulate to do this kind of exact thing.
This is the exact thing that she would do, yeah.
Yeah. This is an interesting episode to think of it in those terms, because Lucy would have been that other upper echelon stationed woman that would have, been like, you deserve it, girl. You should get it, Take what you can get from him, that kind of thing. Right. And they have such a mutual marriage that she didn't want to jeopardize any of that. And that's not in their nature anyway.
And she doesn't care about her birthday. That's the thing. Not everybody cares that much about their birthday. Some people do. Some people, it's like a birthday month. A whole big thing. Other people, it's not that big of a deal.
Who just came through my head you said that was Retta. Treat yourself.
From Parks and Rec.
From Parks and Rec.
Donna seems like Donna from that show, from Parks and Rec. Oh, definitely seems like the one who would care about the birthday. Just side note.
Exactly.
That kind of person totally cares about her birthday. Donna in the Donna Reed Show doesn't care.
Does not care. No.
Very different Donnas.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that Donna really tried to get Alex to see, if you just get me anything that's thoughtful, it'll be fine. First of all, you don't have to give me anything. Second of all, if you want to get me something that's thoughtful, that comes from your heart, that expresses your love for me. That's what she was trying to say. He allowed himself to get manipulated.
He did.
In that situation.
He thought about the situation rather than his wife, if that makes any sense.
Fell into a trap.
He did. He walked
by other women, not his own wife.
He walked into a trap of no one else's creation.
Right?
Of no one in the family's creation.
That web is sticky.
Right? Do you have anything else for this episode?
The B plot. So Jeff has to ask Mary for money. And he makes several comments, I think 3 or 4 comments, about being a slave and being, brought into slavery and all this.
Right.
So I wrote a note because I'm questioning this, and I don't know the answer to it, but is it racist undertones to reference to be sold into slavery because you're having to borrow money from your sister and then do chores to, earn that money back? The way it was written, it seems so racially undertoned. I was like,
that part could be. The comment that stood out to me was when he said, "I made a deal with the devil." That one, I found funny because that's how they talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it being racially undertoned. I don't think the character meant it that way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure even the show meant it that way.
Well, when I thought about
It's more
slavery,
of how society was still treating it.
yeah, and slavery wasn't just people of color, right?
It wasn't.
There were
It was
white people as
mostly.
well.
It was mostly.
Yes, it was mostly, but there were also white people as well, and from different nationalities, and so I was kind of on the fence about that. That's why I brought it up, because I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to navigate that, and it was a B plot.
I wouldn't even call it a B plot. It's not. It's more of a side jaunt
like,
to the main whole thing.
Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't that big
that's the thing about the show.
thing.
It is. There's not any A B stories. It is an A story with like slight jaunts out further than that.
The interaction with the other characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is all
I think I
A.
had more problem with the way that his lines were written. Maybe that's where
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. I don't think the character meant it, and I don't even think the show meant it. Yeah. However, I think that's just how society was at the time in the 50s. Mm-hmm. If this was written now, 70 plus years later, a little bit of a different story. Mm-hmm. Lots of things have changed since then. Things have changed since 2 years ago. So
true. Anyway, I just want to bring it up because the writing was in there, and it could potentially be something. I didn't add racism to the trigger warnings because there's isn't any blatant racism in this. So.
Anything else for episode 12?
No. I said all the things I need to say.
Last episode I want to talk about is one of Mary's only big storylines. She's got 2 in this whole thing, but this one is her main one, her main storyline of the whole thing. And of course, it involves dating. Mary's double date, episode 15.
Okay, again, autistic. I thought Mary was going to go out on a double date.
Double date, yeah.
That's not how this was portrayed.
No, but I mean, it is a double date, sort of. By the end, it is, because she has 2 dates for the same event.
She was trying to pull some polyamory there. I'm just saying.
No, because that's not what she was doing. You can try to take it that way if you really want to, but it's really not that. So what Mary is doing is she wants to go to this dance with Ernie. Phil has also expressed interest in wanting her to go with him. Then there's also Charlie, who is like head over heels in love with her and doing everything.
He's a golden retriever.
He is the golden retriever. Also played by a guy who played a different character 2 episodes before.
I didn't notice that.
Played this, basically her date 2 episodes before, a different guy.
Oh, how funny.
He played Mike. It was very funny because I saw his name in the thing and I was like, weren't you just funny. In it? Like 2 episodes before? Anyway, so you have Ernie, Phil, and Charlie. So the problem is Ernie is sort of still with Angela, a different girl, but that's the one she really wants to go out with. So she's waiting to see if Ernie's actually going with Angela or not. That's her whole thing. Otherwise, she'll go with Phil. Charlie is not a part of the equation at all.
So in hierarchical terms, Ernie is first place, Phil is second place, and Charlie is third place.
Charlie is not in the equation.
Oh, all right.
She never thought of him that way because he literally kept falling over himself to try to impress her, but she didn't notice him at all. She saw him as a friend, nothing more. There was no other pieces.
This is one of those times where I'm like, didn't she learn her lesson before? Because she also has been on the other end of this where she wasn't being noticed by the guy at the library, and she had to, manipulate things to. This is where I wonder
if things were out of order, because she also has this sort of storyline in the Busybody episode with the uncle. Mm-hmm. Because that's where Charlie's actor plays Mike. But she makes this statement of, I'm not going to break off this date I planned 3 weeks ago because I started going out with you 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's not the place. And that's where I'm wondering if these episodes were reversed, it would make sense. That's why she's so staunch on going on this date with the guy she planned 3 weeks ago.
Ah, okay.
So if they're out of order, it makes her character progression make a little more sense. Only a little.
My time blindness went, what? Okay.
Audience, did you understand that? Let me know.
Right?
Did you understand
And
what I meant?
even Donna in the show was like, I think it's the left tackle or
right.
the right.
They
Like,
brought in too many pieces of who these boys are.
I lost it. I was like, I don't know.
She also talked way too fast. Also, Donna should have just never said yes for Mary if she didn't know.
Right?
Comes
or
down
give
to
it a message she didn't have the clarity for.
Right? I don't know what the answer is, and I'll have her get back to you. Click. That's how you get back to that. Anyway, also, all of this is happening day before and day of the dance. Why is it happening day of and day before the dance?
I mean, up to the hour.
Right?
It's 8:30. I'm not.
I know.
I'm gonna be stuck at home.
When does this dance start? When does it end? So many questions. But so Mary ends up going with Charlie after Donna has a deep discussion about, not using people. Donna does also have this line in this episode where she says, "You played a dangerous game and you lost."
Mm-hmm.
No tears.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when Ernie and Phil both call to break off going to the dance with her because they decided to go stag.
She was banking on them fighting or whatever and arguing that they wouldn't talk to one another. But their friendship is stronger and they ended up chatting.
They're on the same team. Why wouldn't they talk to each other?
Even Alex mentioned that. He's like, I don't know about a team having two of their tackles not talking
to each other. That's not gonna work.
Because the coach would be like,
get your shit together
or hug it out. Yeah,
right. Knock some sense into each other. I don't care. Figure this out.
Yep. Leave it off the field, man.
When you're on this field, you are together.
So funny.
Anyway, unfortunately, a lot of Mary's storylines are about her dates. It's really frustrating.
She's being groomed to repeat the pattern of her mom.
Well, it's not just that. They don't give her anything else. And I don't know if they just didn't know how else to write a teenage girl or what.
What else would she have done?
Literally have a problem with ballet or anything else.
That's not the priority.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
She's coming up of the age.
Jeff had other things that are not.
Because he's being groomed for a career. She is not.
But his stuff was not about careers or anything like that.
No, he gets to try out anything for a career. Also, he's younger. He's much, much younger. He's not ready for
He's only 3 years younger.
Doesn't matter.
But I'm just saying, they didn't, as a writer, they gave her nothing.
I love your anger.
You're welcome.
I'm getting all excited about your anger. Because I'm like, I know, because I grew up in this shit.
Well, yeah, I logically understand that. But as a writer, they gave her nothing. Literally nothing for her to go off of. Mm-hmm. So they have no idea how to write a teenager at all.
A teenage girl. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had no idea what to do with her.
She wasn't a cheerleader, right? She wasn't a cheerleader. She didn't cheer. She didn't have, like you said, dance class.
They gave her nothing to work with.
But there was an episode where she was tagged as a bookworm, and that was seen as a negative, right? Per the show. That there was.
Yet she has a party late at night. Make that make sense.
I don't know. I think there was
They had no idea what to do with her, and so they just randomly threw things at her to see what stuck. Also, I think the actress was just busy, which is why they were like, well, we'll just give her nothing.
Well, I mean, there was introductions to her club, whatever that club was.
That never came back again.
Some kind of social club.
Again, have a problem with the club. Something. You set it up. Use it.
Right? And you notice that there weren't any other young girls that came back by.
Right.
Except for
her friend at the school with the library, Betty.
Yeah, I liked her.
I liked Betty so much. She said she'd chop one of the other guy into bits, and I loved it.
But Jeff had his age group. There was a couple of girls that came by.
Girls and, he had friends over. He went on a weird dinner date. That was the awkwardest thing ever. I hated that episode. They're 11 doing a dinner date.
They're being groomed to become their parents.
No, they are children.
Irrespective of any sexuality changes, any...
Right?
career aspirations, or
what if Mary wants to be the businessman and Jeff wants to be an artist? I mean, what's going to come of that?
is the art piano playing? Because that would be acceptable.
He didn't play the piano. Mary did once and then went nowhere with it, besides to go play at Betty's house because now Betty's magically in London, even though an episode before she was right there. Whatever. Anyway, I just felt bad for Mary. There's my rant. I'm done now.
Get all the rage out?
No, never. I will never not be angry about this.
So if you had a prediction for someone like Mary, if you had, any kind of prediction of her life and how it would turn out, how do you think her life would have turned out?
Exactly like Donna's.
Okay.
Except I do think she would be more of a staunch feminist, just thinking of like what happens over those next few years. And she would definitely be against the Vietnam War.
Okay.
I think she might lean into the activism more than Donna does.
So you think she was a product of her time, and that as she ages, because at 58, she was at this age, and then you add 10 years to her where she would be mid-20s or whatever, you think she would be part of the transition of feminism and women's lib and...
Oh, yeah. Because she even already started that. She even makes the statement of, she says, I think if I had it my way, I would drown all boys at birth.
Wow.
Yep. Like I said, she would be an activist, a staunch activist at that.
Okay.
So if I had to plan, that's where I think she would go.
Do you think she would ever get married?
Possibly.
Later? Maybe?
She might do it at the same time as her activism.
And for love. Because
Yeah.
her parents loved each other.
Definitely for love. It wouldn't be for money or anything.
Okay. It's curious.
All right. Let's move on. I don't have any more episodes left. I do want to talk very briefly about the inequality perspective a little bit. So there's no POCs at all throughout this whole thing. They're very, very white. The whole show is very, very white.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was one Italian, where the abandoned child, he was Italian. Is that a POC? Like, that's as close as we get.
Maybe back then.
And I think the guy Popkin was with his child that needed treatment.
Yes. So all of the
I don't know
accents
what
were
nationality.
False. All of the accents were false, by the way, because there was
all
also
people were white, or they looked white on screen.
Right. There was also the French.
Yeah.
French little girl. She was from Alabama. The actress was.
Wow.
Yeah,
she pulled that off well.
Right. The actress is from Alabama. Because I was like, is she actually French?
Wow.
She spent time.
I was going to say she must have practiced and practiced and practiced.
Yeah. She did good.
Wow.
There's also not any mention, and there will probably never be any mention of LGBTQ stuff.
There weren't even hints.
No, you could not hint.
It was very heteronormative.
Very.
Almost
very.
choke this down your throat, heteronormative. I would like to say that Alex being a pediatrician, the use of children on this show could have been a lot better.
Yes, let's talk about that for a minute, because there are 2 points in which children are completely naked, or almost naked. In the baby context episode, for some reason, one of the babies is there for a checkup, and for some reason is required to fully strip. So we get to see the poor little child's butt. And then in the...
without diaper, you're talking...
Yeah,
because I think I turned my...
Fully stripped.
I think I turned my head for this,
like I said,
I don't remember seeing it.
Fully stripped.
Mm-hmm.
You see full butt of this little child.
I must have been making a note or something because I didn't see that.
Also in the final episode, in the 18th
episode 18, my jaw dropped.
Poor little girl, she's there for some kind of false false sun treatment of some kind. False sun treatment. And then the lamp stops working.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not wearing any top, but she's still wearing her skirt. But they show the full top of her, front and back.
Yeah, her whole torso.
Mm-hmm.
She turns completely around.
She does. Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Right? I was completely surprised. There were a lot of surprising moves in this. Those 2 being one of them. There was also something not child related. But Donna, in episode, I think it's 7, when, she's supposed to be waking up Alex, she bites his ear. I was surprised they filmed that. Donna biting Alex's ear.
I'm just sitting here thinking, as an actress and then as a mom, if my child was on screen and this actress is intimately touching my child this way.
No. Alex is the dad.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I mixed up. What did it say the things again?
Okay. I said moving away from children.
Oh! I'm still thinking about kids.
Moving away from children, something else I was surprised that they showed was Donna biting Alex's ear to get him to wake up.
They did some stuff that was kind of racy and
right?
A little saucy.
I was surprised by that. I was like, oh.
That's how I was like,
first.
They got some chemistry.
Right?
Those things going on. What's going on there? Saucy and spicy.
Right?
You know?
I think they just trusted each other. They did really well. But I was surprised that they even let that scene through.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 scenes, the 2 children scenes, and then that one. I was surprised they let through with the Hays Code and the quote-unquote FCC and all that. I was completely surprised.
I'm surprised as well.
That made it to air.
Yeah. There was one note I made, just back to children.
Okay.
When Jeff hurts his arm because he gets in a car where this friend is driving. Again, they're like 11 or 12 years old.
Okay, so Tommy is supposed to be Mary's friend. So Tommy is 14. Tommy's like 14, 15.
So he's tall enough to drive, but he doesn't have the license to drive.
Exactly.
Or even knows how the skills to drive.
Exactly.
Apparently. And Jeff gets in the car and they run into a tree or whatever. And
because a cop is nearby.
But Jeff talks to Mary. Mary pulls it out of him, and Mary's like, well, you can go to Dr. Barry, the second pediatrician, which hasn't quite established himself with the social.
He just moved in. Yeah.
So social circles. And so Jeff goes to see him to have his arm looked at and, being a kid. But I was like, what child just walks into a pediatrician's office without parental consent?
It might be common for them.
Medical care.
It might be common for them, especially in a small town when you know somebody.
Well, I was thinking about
but also
Little House on the Prairie.
The doctor knew exactly that kid was not saying all the truth. He knew it immediately.
Because he's a pediatrician, hello.
Right.
But in Little House on the Prairie, the country doctor, right? When you're living in a very rural area and there's no roads or anything like that, and it's miles and miles to each farm and all that stuff, the children would be the ones to run to get said doctor.
Right.
So that's been done. I've seen that on TV, but not just walk in and go, hey, can you take a look, doc?
So we don't see Alex with any older children. So we don't know if any of that happens. We don't know when what his age cutoff is.
There was one older child that was being weighed that was about the same size as Jeff.
The strawberry kid?
I don't know if he's...
Okay, there was...
no, there was one where he was standing on the weight thing.
Joey
scale.
At the end?
And he's like, keep up the diet, because he had increased calorie. Yeah. So he was tall and so
there were very few like that though.
Yeah.
So most of them, for what we see with Alex, aren't there for an emergency. So we don't know if, let's say, Jeff did hurt himself on his bike, actually, and he was a block away from Dr. Barry's house. Would he just go there to get stitched up? Who knows? We don't know what their community's like because we haven't seen it. It would matter
how bad the injury is.
That's what I'm saying. Do we know what the level is here? We don't get to see that too much.
Anyway, I just thought it was weird because I'd be like, not my kid.
But this is also a small town, and this is the time when you send children out and they don't come home.
True. Very, very true. There was a lot of that.
Yes. So, anything else we would like to talk about for the show?
For the show? No, yeah. Unless you want to go over trivia.
I have a bunch of trivia. I was gonna just nod.
I have a bunch of trivia too, and Google is your friend, man. We've been talking for 2 hours.
Right.
Ish.
Nearly close. 2 hours, and I was just gonna nod. I threw in enough pieces. I think we're gonna have to figure out a way to release our notes, I think. So then we can just have them for people to peruse if they want to watch.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Okay. I mean, the trivia I have is not that interesting.
I mean, I have some interesting
It's
stuff,
just
but
references.
I already gave you all the the really interesting stuff.
I mean, and some of the things I did.
So I think you did too. So
half of it I already said. So
right.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll just skip the trivia portion today.
I mean, your rage pretty much filled the podcast.
You're welcome. You're welcome, audience. You want to get me fired up? Ignore one of your children.
One, ignore the autonomy, the consent,
right?
Shove them into a culty social construct.
Yeah. What is with the cult?
Ways to piss off Lily.
All right.
Which buttons you have? Jeez.
A lot of them. I have a lot of buttons. They're easily pushed.
I mean, overall, the show surprised me.
Yes.
It wasn't completely terrible.
No, and it wasn't a horrible watch.
No, there was more feminism in it than I thought was going to be.
Right. So did I. So, I was not expecting it to be as feminist as it was. I was not expecting it to be as wholesome as it was. I was truly expecting to see Alex and Donna butt heads all the time, and Donna butt heads with her children.
Oh, it's very anti-drama.
Right? I was truly expecting to see that because that's what most sitcoms do, but
yeah,
this one...
we didn't get the extremes of emotional, anger and all that stuff, which we do in I Love Lucy,
Alex
right?
yelled once.
Right.
And it was about the phone. That was it.
And Donna gets mad too for
she gets mad, but she doesn't really yell.
Yeah. So there's not extremes like in I Love Lucy with Ricky getting so fired up of his Latin-based, fiery anger, that kind of thing, or even like Ethel running away to her mom's house or whatever it was. There's nothing these extreme dramatic responses.
It's all fairly logical, except for some points, but
and it's even keeled, right? It's
very easygoing show.
Yeah. Let's all calm down. Let's all get our faculties together. Let's all grab some logic here,
and let's make
a
plan.
See where we're gonna go. Yeah, see where we're gonna go with it.
Yeah. So
and you just don't get shows like that very often, especially from this time period. So yeah,
it wasn't awful. It wasn't like, oh god, I have to watch more. I mean,
no, it wasn't that. I thought that after the first episode, and then as I watched the first episode, and then I watched the second one, I was like, oh, well, this might not be as bad as I thought.
Right. I thought it might be, and it is a little bit, but that's just because I got tired of watching it.
I think it's because what we look for, right? We're looking at it really strongly through a feminist lens, and it doesn't hold up to that, of course, but considering the time period, considering that Donna Reed is the name title in the show,
right,
and the lead actress, I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
For this time period. So, especially coming off the heels of I Love Lucy, my goodness.
Okay, well, audience, this has been fun. Hopefully you enjoyed my rage. Go follow us on Blue Sky and all of the podcasting stuff. And go rate us, all of the things.
Help us out. Lift us up.
You can still answer the poll from our bonus episode at the end of last year. We're going to leave that poll open.
Yeah. Do you want to give us some feedback? That'd be awesome.
You can give us feedback. You can give us suggestions. You can choose what we choose season 2 of. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Or the next part of.
Holla. Give us a holla.
No.
Not being cool there.
You're not being cool, and it's not in keeping with the 50s. Okay.
Well, okay, 50s. Give us a ring.
Is that 50s? I don't know. Okay.
Telephone ring. Hello.
No. Let's.
Oh,
we're gonna end this now. All right, fans. We enjoyed talking to you. Hopefully, you enjoyed listening. And go be amazing.
Show some compassion, man.
Yeah.
We all need it in this world.
We do.
Hug somebody today, man.
All right. And listen to us next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.